When twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths begin. The siblings decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. This week we watched The Monkey.
Hello?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We're back.
We are back.
Welcome to Horror Legend. I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm your host, Legend.
You have two hosts.
Two of them. Because two is better than one.
Today, we watched my style of movie. Campy, funny, stupid.
Horror comedy.
Yeah, it's called say black comedy.
Black comedy.
Here. Yeah. Well,
this week we watched The Monkey. Based on the Stephen King short story, Monkey. I actually have been meaning to look up how he felt about this adaptation.
Yeah.
He's a little all over the place. I mean, he hates Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining.
Yeah.
But he did love Mike Flanagan's version of Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
Which was... We might actually watch that at some point because it's a masterpiece, my opinion.
Here's the problem, though, with what Stephen King likes, because
oh no,
some of the ones that he likes that are adaptations that he had a lot to do with are terrible.
Yeah,
they're painful to watch.
Some of them are painful to watch.
Horrible special effects, like just awful.
Oh, like the Shining miniseries.
Weird CGI shit. terrible, like early CGI.
Yeah.
Really bad.
I said the Shining miniseries only for some of it. Steven Weber was a very good Jack Torrance, I will say.
But like the Langoliers and like
oh my god, I forgot about the Langoliers. They look like Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
It's so bad.
And I don't know how he roped Annette O'Toole into being into everything he made.
But if you
she
read
was in it, she was in the Langoliers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
If you read the Langoliers, that really is what they're supposed to kind of look like.
That's crazy.
It's
just the movie technology hadn't caught up with this book.
No, and honestly, it's not a good story.
Okay.
It's really it's cheesy.
Yeah.
Which he does that pretty well. I think writes some like fairly cheesy things.
He does campy pretty well.
He does campy. He does like it's also like dime store novel kind of stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
He really just does something that's a fun read.
Actually, you know what I read recently? It was a TikTok I saw about books that authors regret writing.
Uh-huh.
One of them was Anthony Burgess regretting A Clockwork Orange because of the amount of hate and death threats and stuff he got for it. But one of them was actually a Stephen King book that he wrote under a different name called Rage. And he regretted it. It's under a different pen name. But he regretted it because he feels like it contributed to, when the book came out, around the time it came out, it contributed to more school shootings happening. I've never read the book, but I think it is about the school shooting, maybe.
Maybe. But, I mean, you really can't blame...
No, but he just feels...
No, I mean...
He feels like it might have helped contribute a little bit to some of it, so he just kind of regrets writing it. But yeah, Anthony Burgess was on there for Clockwork Orange, and there's like a few other people on there that weren't huge fans because of their way the book was received or talked about.
Huh.
But yeah, I just saw that on there for Stephen King. I forget the name he wrote it under, but yeah, it was
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. Hated it because she's a transphobic bitch.
Would that be horrible if the most liberal like Stephen King is very
very liberal.
Very liberal.
Yeah,
he's very
very supportive
of yeah. I was thinking it'd be funny.
Yeah.
He also writes as a hateful. Anyway.
Yeah, we did The Monkey. Stephen King short story. It was directed by Osgood Perkins. For those who don't know, he's Anthony Perkins' son. Anthony Perkins, famously known for Norman Bates and Psycho. Also, a bunch of other movies during his career, but that was that's a big one.
Yeah.
He actually plays a young Norman Bates in one of the sequels.
Oh.
I've only ever seen the second Psycho after the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really good.
Really?
And I've heard the other sequels are actually really good too.
Oh.
I need to watch them. But Yeah, he did that. He also did that movie Long Legs with Nicolas Cage.
I still haven't seen that.
Very, very good. We'll probably do that for
Is
this
it a
at some
horror
point.
movie?
It's like thriller,
Yeah, it's kind of like Silence of the
like
Lambs.
horror thriller. It still has supernatural aspects to it.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think it'd still be a fun one to do.
Yeah.
But we got this came out in 2025.
Yeah,
is what it says. So
yeah.
This year. So this is brand new.
Oh yeah, it is brand new. Yeah.
And
wow, we're doing a new movie.
A new movie. It is starring, Theo James, who's I think one of his main big ones when he was younger was the Divergent series, which is kind of like the Hunger Games. It's one of those like teen against the government type of novels. Tatiana Maslany, who was known for Orphan Black on the BBC, She-Hulk for Marvel, which I liked. I thought it was fun.
It's just funny. The name of it is like She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Attorney at Law, yeah.
Which just makes me think of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. That's all I can think of.
That's so funny.
Harvey Birdman.
Harvey Birdman. Yeah, she's also been on like Parks and Rec and a bunch of other stuff. She's a really good actor, though.
She was great.
I also feel like she's very underrated.
Yeah, she was really good.
Adam Scott makes a small appearance in the very beginning.
Which sets the tone for the movie,
yeah.
honestly.
Also from Parks and Recreation and a bunch of other stuff. Elijah Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, a bunch of other stuff. Adam Scott is obviously in Severance, which is that's a newer show. That show's amazing. I know you've probably been told that by 20 people in your friend group, but it is amazing.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. Elijah Wood, obviously best known for being Frodo in Lord of the Rings. And definitely done more than that. I mean, Sin City and a bunch of others. He's so creepy in Sin City. And actually just recently Yellow Jackets. He's in Yellow Jackets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He plays Christina Ricci's like on and off boyfriend weird situation. Oh. He's like a weird sociopath. Detective sociopath. Osgood Perkins actually makes a appearance in this as their uncle, and Sarah Levy from Schitt's Creek, Dan Levy's actual sister.
Daughter.
Oh no, Dan Levy's sister.
Oh, Dan Levy's. Sorry,
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy's daughter.
Dan Levy's actual sister.
Yeah.
Makes an appearance as their aunt too, as the kids' aunts, which is pretty cool to see her in something else.
Yeah.
Other than Schitt's Creek and her getting more work. But yeah, director and cast. I need to watch Osgood Perkins' other movies because he has movies that he made before Long Legs that were very independent, so I never ended up watching them. The first thing I ever saw him in was Legally Blonde.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a really tall, like, awkward kid in Legally Blonde with, like, the sweater vest.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea that's who he was.
Yeah, no. Yeah, let's get into it. The plot, the
meat.
synopsis. In 1999.
I was 7.
Petey Shelburne attempts to return and destroy a drum-playing toy monkey at an antique shop. And we should get into this because the monkey is playing the drums and not the cymbals as it usually does.
Yeah, so normally when you see monkey toys like this, they have the cymbals.
Yes.
This one has a drum, which still works for the movie very well.
Oh, yeah, no,
it has a drum. So the reason for this is because Disney made a little movie called Toy Story 3, and copy was copywritten that style of monkey toy with the cymbals. So they were not allowed to use it because Disney owns the copyright to that specific monkey toy, which is insane. That's insane. It's animated too. It's not like you were using a real one.
That's so stupid.
That's stupid. Who cares if it has the fucking? It's not going to relate. Like, you see monkey toy with a musical instrument, somebody's going to say Toy Story 3. It doesn't matter what instrument it's playing.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. You can have it be playing a trumpet, and they're still like, oh, it's kind of like the monkey toy Toy Story.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, I don't know why you had to care so much.
I mean, thank God though that they made a masterpiece before Disney used this in Toy Story.
Oh yeah, what was it from?
Where they have a monkey with cymbals, and it is called Merlin's Magical Shop of Mystical Wonders. Is it Mystical Wonders? Yes.
You told me this was
Merlin's Shop of Mystical Wonders.
You told me this was on Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Watch the Mystery Science Theater, the MST3K one.
MST3K.
It is the best one they ever did. I love it so much. It is so hilarious. Ernest Borgnine is in it.
Jesus Christ.
And it is quite possibly the worst movie I've ever seen, and that
makes it amazing.
But it makes it so good, and I love just the jokes they make in it are great because the movie is just the movie presents itself like here make fun of this like it really does. It's really
It's
funny.
like, please make fun of me.
Yeah, and I constantly say you're welcome because they say that when
I've heard that before.
when they're leaving.
I've never seen the movie, but I've heard that before.
When the characters are leaving Merlin's shop for the first time, you just hear "You're welcome."
Oh my god!
But there is a monkey that plays the cymbals and creates catastrophic events after each time it does the cymbals. Someone dies in a horrible way. And, yeah. So it's the same.
I'm wondering if Stephen King got the idea for the story because of that.
He may have. He may have because this was like one. There was 3 stories in the movie.
Yeah.
And this was one of the stories. Was the story of the
monkey
because Merlin has all these things in his shop and there's like a story of like the monkey,
which also kind of sounds like Stephen King's like Needful Things.
Yeah.
With the items in the shop that have curses on them and shit. Yeah.
And at the end of that particular segment, when Merlin. Okay, so the monkey's like just sitting somewhere after it kills everyone or something. I don't know. And Merlin's just walking down like an alley, and then he just picks it up and goes, and like it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Oh my god,
I love it so much. Anyway,
it sounds like
you have to watch it before he can return. The monkey plays its drums, and a chain reaction causes the shop owner to be disemboweled with a harpoon gun.
Yeah, this is amazing because so it's Adam Scott running it and being like, I need like to get rid of this monkey. Like I don't know what it is, and he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
The guy's like, you're covered in blood. He's like, it's not my. Who cares?
It's not.
But he points at a sign that says no refund on children's toys. He's like, it's not a fucking toy. Do not fucking call it that. Do not fucking call it a toy. But yeah, it starts playing and it sets off a chain reaction where a mouse bites through a rope, hitting a suit of armor holding a harpoon gun, and the harpoon gun shoots through the guy's stomach.
Yeah.
And then something else with the monkey knocks or slams down the second drumstick, and that's when the harpoon reels back in and pulls out his intestines.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous and also amazing.
Like ridiculous, over the top gore, which I always find. What I love.
No, that stuff's fine.
I love it.
When you get like really crazy realistic gore, that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just like over the top, campy gore, fun and crazy. But yeah, it's such a good opening to it. And then he finds the flamethrower and tries to flamethrower it.
It is just a great setup for what you're going to be watching.
Oh, 100%.
You're like, this is going
to be like, okay, this is not going to take itself seriously whatsoever.
Shortly afterwards, Petey, the guy, the father. Yeah. Petey disappears, leaving his wife, Lois, to raise their identical twin sons, Hal and Bill.
I gotta tell you, the dialogue in this movie is so Stephen King.
It is.
It's insane.
It is.
It's just the shit they say to each other. I'm like, no normal kid, even in the 90s, is saying this shit to each other. Like, it's just such Stephen King dialogue. Like,
obviously you know this. I love unnatural dialogue in movies.
Oh, it's fun. It's amazing.
Like John
Waters. It can be so good, yeah.
Really?
Depending on who's doing it, it can be so good.
Do you know what? I think everyone who's watching this should do a drinking game. Whenever I mention John Waters or whenever he mentions The Shining.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
You might be dead by the end of each of these episodes.
But anyway, yeah. Shortly afterwards, Petey disappears, leaving his wife Lois and the twin sons, Hal and Bill. The twins eventually discover the monkey in a closet containing their father's belongings, and they wind its key.
I think the box says what? It's like something music monkey something.
Yeah.
But in the quotes it says like life.
Like life.
Which you could either interpret as like you should like life or it's just like life.
Yeah, I interpret it as like life.
Yeah, it's like life. Like,
or it was made somewhere and where English was not a first language, so
they
thought it was life. It's supposed to be life-like.
Yeah, life-like.
Yeah, which the kid says, it's supposed to be lifelike, you idiot.
And he's like, no.
No, it's
no. I just love like he's messing with the monkey and winding it up, and he's like, it doesn't work. Like it does the smile at him, like
Yeah.
its mouth opens
It
up
just
with the
his
teeth.
mouth was like,
And of course, like the
scream.
monkey looks fucking creepy as hell.
Uh,
It's not like they made it try to look like, oh, it looks like a normal toy monkey. Like, no,
No.
you can tell something's wrong with this thing.
it's like the glow up of Annabelle, where it was like a Raggedy Ann doll.
And then it became something that's like, yeah,
Then it
something's
became this
obviously
menacing,
wrong
obviously
with this
evil
bitch.
thing.
Oh, is she still missing?
Missing.
There's a whole thing that the Annabelle doll's missing. It's been missing for a while now.
No. Ryan Buell is taking it around the country.
Okay, because we on TikTok, there's a whole situation about the Annabelle dolls missing.
No, Ryan Buell took it on a trip around the country
Okay.
and brought it back.
They
Maybe he didn't tell
I
anybody.
don't know. It's been like literally a whole meme that the Annabelle doll's missing.
I wouldn't entirely be surprised if he didn't tell anybody.
It got up and walked away.
I mean, his history, he might have just taken.
He might have just
I don't know.
But yeah, the monkey, like,
I can't.
like
Ryan Buell's fine.
Yeah.
He's sober and clean, and he's really hot. So
I just like it smiles at him, and he's like, it doesn't even work, and he like throws it at his brother, and then he finds playing cards that have like censored nude women on them,
Yeah.
and he goes into his room and is like, don't come into the room for a while. And it's like, okay, ass.
there was a lot of references to these children jerking off.
I love the mom's like, he was like, did you go in our room? Why'd you? She's like, did you put this thing in our room? And she's like, you know, I don't go in there ever since I found that stiff sock. And he's like, oh, that's right.
Oh, that's... what was I gonna say? Okay. Oh, so it's important to know because it doesn't tell you in here that one of the twins, Bill, is a real asshole, and
yeah,
Hal is like this sweet nerdy kid.
Hal's like the sensitive nerdy one, and
Yeah.
Bill's like the complete fucking asshole.
A complete dick who wears a shirt with those red flames.
The red flame, the like flimsy red flame button-up shirt that every douchebag.
The Guy Fieri.
The Guy Fieri shirt. Fuck.
The twin. Later that evening, the monkey plays its drums. I like how the little drumstick spins around in it.
Oh yeah, it holds it up and then it spins, and then
the monkey plays its drums. Oh, by the way, the monkey was in. They're like, oh, we're gonna go out to eat. Them and the babysitter, and the monkey's in the seat next to the.
Oh yeah,
it's just like I didn't put that.
Also,
there.
Speaking of the babysitter, her name is Annie Wilkes.
Her name is Annie Wilkes.
And if anybody's seen Misery, would know that that's the main character in Stephen King's Misery.
Yes.
And she says, what does she say? She's like, oh, you know, I try to tell them to stop. They're just so willful. And I'm like, so her dialogue is literally Annie Wilkes, and she's dressed like Annie Wilkes.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear, like, babysitter Annie, and then when the funeral, she's like, Annie Wilkes was a kind person. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is like another universe where Annie Wilkes gets accidentally killed by some guy at Benihana's because of the monkey. She's a teenager because of the monkey.
So I do like how he creates this cinematic universe.
Oh, 100%. And he does it in movies too. Like the newer version of Pet Sematary, there's a scene where they're like trying to drive back to the town to like get back because something's wrong.
Yeah.
And the mile signs say wherever she's going, however many miles, and then Derry, the opposite way, however many miles. So it's like the same time this is happening, Pennywise is somewhere over there doing shit. Yeah. Christine's probably down the road doing some shit.
Yeah.
like Pet Sematary is happening. The monkey's being seen over in this portion of Maine. Maine's just fucked. It's always Maine. Maine's just fucked.
Maybe it's like this portal opened up
in Maine, like
this particular.
Well, and that's the Dark Tower series is supposed to be all that.
That actually what it is, and it's actually I really love the Dark Tower because it's basically a fantasy novel, which I love.
Well, like because I know, I heard the movie was not good, but but I heard like when you watch the trailer, it's like. When he goes onto the other side of it, the tower is what separates his universe from our universe. Mm-hmm. You go to the other side, he's like, he finds a destroyed Pennywise's circus. Yeah. And a bunch of other stuff that, like, has to do with his books and stuff. And I'm like, that's kind of cool, crazy. It was like his weird magnum opus shit.
It's a good book. Yeah. I really like it's a series. There's like 3.
Is there just 3?
I think there's
I thought
3.
There was 5.
Oh, there might be more. I only know 3.
I mean, he writes a book a day, so.
Yeah, that's true. But I actually really enjoy that series. The hibachi. The monkey plays its drums while they're at the hibachi. Triggering their babysitter Annie's accidental decapitation.
So she's like super into the guy too, which was fine. The guy was cute.
He was cute.
The chef was cute.
Yeah.
And obviously one of the brothers is into the babysitter. He's like little kid into your older babysitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second the monkey's hand comes down, the guy's doing some knife trick, and then all of a sudden you see that line appear on her neck, and then her head is falling off
just
onto the grill.
Slips onto the grill.
And starts baking her blood and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god. I feel like it's so funny because I feel like the reactions to death in this movie are so undertoned, and they're just like, whatever.
Yeah. It does have like a God, what kind of an Evil Dead sort of feel to it for sure. Bill's bullying of Hal prompts the latter to wind the monkey's key again, hoping it will kill his brother.
Oh wait, before this. Before this is like, so we do Annie Wilkes' funeral, and the priest is ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
and hilarious. But this is the speech by the mom where she's like, "Everybody dies.
Oh God, so
You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. Some of us peacefully in our sleep, and some of us tied up in a basement." So we're like,
this is like
she's just going off on a whole 10-minute monologue about like you're gonna be tied with ropes and you're gonna die a painful death. Everybody fucking dies. Like, and then it goes into this. I just thought that monologue is so good.
It's really good.
she's so good.
So Hal's trying to kill his brother.
Yeah.
But instead,
well, this is because they throw a bunch of bananas on him at school because of the monkey.
Because he has the monkey with him.
Bill sees him talking to the monkey at night because he's like, "Did you do that to our babysitter? Like, what are you?" Like, he's trying to figure it out, and he's like, "Why don't you fucking marry the monkey?" And like making fun of him and shit. And then like the next day at school, him and his friends find him in the gym and throw like crushed bananas all over him and shit. Yeah. So him in his pissed off state is like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you with the monkey."
But unfortunately, it kills their mother instead.
Yeah, it does not take requests, as they find out. It does not take requests.
She suffers a sudden aneurysm. That was more than an aneurysm.
Yeah.
And
dies an insane brain aneurysm.
It was an insane.
She's like bleeding from her eyes, from her mouth.
It kind of exploded out as well. So
yeah, she it like hits, and you can tell when it like actually pops and explodes in her head, and it's like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty.
In front of Bill.
Yeah.
Which that would be so much fun watching your mom have a full-on brain aneurysm dying in front of you. That's great.
That was a fucked up part, actually.
Yeah.
There was one, at least.
It's fucked up, but it's still, like...
over the top.
It's like camp fucked up.
It is. It's over the top.
It's over the top.
Overcome with guilt, Hal dismantles and disposes of the monkey, but he chops it up with a knife.
And in chopping it up...
But it's bleeding.
Yeah, it's like bleeding, which means it's like something.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, if you're expecting it, they never explain what the monkey is.
No.
Ever. No. They don't tell you shit. Like, it's now just like this family is stuck with this thing, and they don't know what it is. But like it bleeds, it comes back, it can do whatever the fuck it wants, apparently.
Overcome with, oh, I'm tired. Overcome with
holy shit.
Hal dismantles and disposes of the monkey before he and Bill can move to, I almost said Costco, Maine, but it's Casco, Maine.
Yeah, Casco.
Casco. To live with their Aunt Ida. Another John Waters thing. Yeah. Go Aunt Ida. And Uncle Chip.
And Uncle Chip is the director, Osgood Perkins.
And they're swingers. They're like...
He's like, so we never wanted to have kids. And we're going to do our best, and our best is going to be fucking terrible. Also, we're swingers.
It's really funny. That particular dialogue was great too.
Also, we're swingers.
The monkey mysteriously reappears at their new home. Bill realizes its power and winds its key despite Hal's protests. Chip is trampled to death by a horse stampede shortly afterwards.
Oh yeah.
He was going hunting.
He ended up being stampeded on by a group of wild horses
while he's in a sleeping
bag. So now they're showing you the autopsy where they're literally just pouring him out what is basically a liquefied body because of how much he was trampled in his sleeping bag, which is insane.
That was interesting. The twins seal the monkey in its box and throw it down a nearby well, hoping it will remain hidden. Will it?
No. Spoiler alert.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, because this is only when they're kids and they grow up.
So now it's 25 years later.
Yeah.
It's 2025. or 24.
24.
Something.
I was 31. Just kidding.
Hal is estranged from both Bill and his own son, Petey,
Oh my god.
whom Hal only sees once a year out of fear that the monkey will return and kill him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? Oh no, it was Bill. Bill's the one that sees it. He sees the monkey pick him up out of the bed and put him on the thing, and then act like he's chopping him up like he did to it.
Yeah.
But I just love the one with Bill later where he's like in the strip club and the stripper like puts her face down between her legs and it's the monkey's head.
So funny.
It's so good. I can't wait to get really quick because I can't wait to get Trivia Corner because there's an entire quote from Osgood Perkins as to why this movie came out funny and ridiculous.
Oh.
And he
nice.
Apparently, I won't get into it fully right now, but
yeah,
the original script was very serious.
Oh.
Very serious.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I can't wait. Hal is estranged from Bill and his own son, Petey. Hal only sees him once a year because he thinks it's going to kill his son.
Yeah.
Hal's the good one. That's what it is.
Hal's the good one. And he has a son.
Sort of.
And he only sees his son once a year. And he does that on purpose so that he doesn't,
get him mixed up with
all of the death that follows him.
He does learn that his ex-wife and her new husband, Ted, who is
Elijah Wood,
and just
insane,
plays a great, complete asshole.
Just a complete, like
douchebag.
A condescending asshole.
Douchebag.
He's like, by holding your hand on the couch, I have taken your fatherly power. I've taken your power. You have it no more. I'm taking
I like when he has his two books that he wrote on each side of him, and then he does this, like this Jesus move where he's like...
Well, because one of them's called Jesus' Dad.
Yeah, Jesus.
One of them's like Fatherhood Volume 7, and the other one's Jesus' Dad. That's God. The fuck? Or Joseph. I don't understand.
It's so funny.
It's so ridiculous.
He learns that his ex-wife, and why do I keep yawning? Hi. Okay.
The lack of dedication.
I'm just kidding. He learns that his ex-wife and her new husband Ted plan to adopt Petey, effectively cutting him out of
my son.
My son.
My son.
Effectively cutting him out of Hal's life completely.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ida is suddenly killed in a freak accident.
Yeah, freak accident. That is, like, I went down to the basement, tried to come back upstairs, fell in through the staircase into a box of fishing lures.
Yeah, all over.
Had to pull them out of my face, and then all of a sudden the pilot light goes out on the stove, and I decide I need to, get close because I'm smelling something.
She was putting alcohol
because she had alcohol
all over her.
Yeah. And so immediately lights on fire her whole head. And then ends up outside putting her foot into a vase that were flowers to say condolences for her husband. And running into the for sale sign that pierced through her skull.
Yeah.
It was very Final Destination.
It really it was like here's that quote from Mel Brooks where he says comedy is when I fall down a manhole. Tragedy is God damn it. Oh, I remember what it is. Comedy is when I fall down a manhole and die. Tragedy is when I stub my toe, or something like that.
It's comedy when it's over the fucking top.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny when if there's a death or something that's like over the fucking top like that, and it becomes funny.
Yeah, 100%.
Which was great.
Ridiculous.
Ida suddenly killed in a freak accident. I love how it just says she's killed in a freak. No other
explanation.
Yeah,
that's why I keep the details.
Bill calls Hal and insists he drive to Ida's house, claiming he is suspicious that the monkey has returned and someone has been winding its key.
See, it skipped over the part too where they had an estate sale.
Yeah,
they had an estate sale.
They skip over too much.
They had an estate sale and some kid who looks just like classic long-haired skateboarder rocker.
Like Joey Ramone.
He gets the monkey because for some reason he says it reminds him of his dad. And they're playing a video of his dad on the TV of him in a partial cop uniform and his boxers or whatever. Yeah. And at first you don't really know what kind of video is going on, but really it's just a funny family video.
Yeah.
But his dad also ran out on them. just like the original twins' dad ran out.
Yeah.
But like he's like, it reminds me of Dad, and she's like, fucking how?
That was so funny. They're like, how? I think someone says that like a couple times. They're like, how?
How does this remind you of your father?
So he's in possession of it at the moment. So obviously he was the one that wound it up.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say his fucking name in here. It's so funny. Like it's like a major character.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even talk about him in this. But anyway, we'll talk about him.
We'll talk about it.
Because it's
we give voice to the voiceless.
Ida is killed. Where was I? Hal realizes someone has been winding its key when a woman explodes after a motel pool is electrified, which is great because the electricity was visible again. We got visible electricity again.
Yeah,
going into the pool.
You see the visible electricity hit the hose that's going into the pool. And then, but it's like, it's not even like, oh, she got electrocuted. The second she hits the water, she just explodes into a bunch of pieces.
It's really funny.
Which, that would obviously happen.
Yeah, just like blood exploding.
Just explode, and then a leg lands on him. He's like, oh god, is that a leg? Oh god.
That was funny.
Just saw a woman explode, and he's just like, oh god, is that a leg? Oh my
god. Then they drive to the house. I'm going to add my own shit in here because they really skip around in this. There's a real estate agent there to greet them.
Oh my god!
When him and his son,
happiest fucking real estate agent on earth, Barbara.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
Barbara,
what a ridiculous character. She reveals to Hal that following Ida's death, a series of bizarre, fatal accidents have occurred in the town.
The entire town, and they keep showing them too, where it's like this person was run over by their own lawnmower.
Yeah.
This person was, I can't even remember some of them now, but it was like 5 to 6 people.
Yeah, it was 5 because there was one for every day.
There was one for every day. Yeah. And she's like, we don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
It's super happy.
Then she takes him upstairs, and there's a shotgun that's
so they can't get the closet open.
Yeah.
And I think the monkey's been wound, and its hand comes down, and that's when the closet door opens, and one of the shotguns is still there.
Yeah.
And it falls and goes off, and doesn't just shoot her, explodes her into a bunch of pieces. Again, the buckshot just makes her fucking explode.
Again, someone explodes.
I don't know if a buckshot that close would do that.
Not like that.
Because it didn't even have time to spread it.
Yeah, she exploded.
She exploded. Yeah. It was a double barrel shotgun, but still, it's a little.
There's
insane.
A lot of exploding people.
And I just love that the cops are like, he's like, so were you in the room? And he's like covered in blood. He's like, so were you in there?
Were we in the room?
He's like, you said your hands were to yourself. And then there's the whole town's outside cheering. They're like, they're bringing out the body.
Oh, when they bring out the body, there's a bunch of cheerleaders
and shit. And it's like, is this because so much has been happening that they're just like, fuck it, we're just cheering for it?
I don't know. It's surreal. That was a very David Lynch moment.
That was such a David Lynch moment.
Super surreal.
They're bringing out the body.
It was so weird.
Super excited.
I did love that though.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is happening? This town's losing their minds.
When Hal and Petey arrive at Ida's house, they learn that Bill is living in town and now possesses the monkey. How did they find that out? I'm reading this and I'm like, what?
Wait, what?
When it says when Hal and Petey arrive at Ida's house, they learn that Bill is living in town and now possesses the monkey.
Oh yeah. Oh. I think they find that out because he calls them.
Yeah, he calls, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a shitty synopsis. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah, I think he calls them and is talking the way he's talking, and he knows he has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he ends up figuring out that he has it.
He hired that guy. A local named Ricky. So that's that guy's name.
Yeah.
The punk rock.
Well, because he ends up giving it, because the mom's like, are you going to give it so that you're going to sell it to that guy, that weird guy that lives with and it's him.
Yeah.
And then, eventually they end up, teaming up-ish.
Yeah. Basically he's kind of like his underling.
Yeah.
Yeah. He named Ricky to retrieve it for him due to Bill having long suspected that Lois's death was caused by Hal in an attempt to kill him. So,
that was me that time.
So he has spent years waiting for the monkey's return.
Yeah, he's suspected forever that he's the reason their mom died. But the only reason his mom died is because he wound it up and it ended up killing their mom instead of him.
But he's gone completely fucking crazy.
Oh yeah,
which
insane.
I love.
Going completely insane.
He
and it's both Theo James because he's playing his twins.
Yeah. and he like sewed his suit that he wore as a kid as his funeral to his mom's funeral.
Yeah.
Together with that fucking
Guy Fieri
flame Guy Fieri shirt.
It's like literally the suit that he wore as a kid to the funerals. And then the cummerbund,
giant cummerbund,
is the freaking flame button-up shirt, Guy Fieri flame button-up shirt from the 90s. I couldn't handle it.
And the shirt is like really like,
and the pants are like short.
Yeah, it's short. The jacket is really short, but it looks like high fashion almost. Like it looks ridiculous.
It looks like somebody would have done it on purpose today for a runway.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like over the top villain thing.
It's amazing.
It's really funny.
It's so good.
He has been only killing random people instead of Hal over the past week.
Because obviously, again, it doesn't take requests. So it's just killing everybody around him.
And Bill suspects whoever winds the key is immune to being the next victim and tells Hal that he will allow Petey to wind the key to keep him safe. Otherwise, Bill will keep mercilessly winding it until Hal is killed, no matter who else dies as a result.
Yeah.
And then he kind of has this idea that whoever is winding the key is immortal as well. Because
he basically saying that like, whoever has control of the monkey and dominion over it is also kind of immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Which it never says whether that's true or not.
It doesn't.
At the end he says like this is our responsibility, we just have to accept it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't explain whether or not like, oh, your family's gonna live forever because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, I don't think it's true.
No.
Whatever the fuck's inside that monkey's not letting anybody go.
No.
It likes to do whatever the fuck it wants, you know?
Hal refuses until Ricky, who has grown obsessed with the monkey, forces Petey at gunpoint to retrieve it for him at Bill's house.
Yeah.
Bill instructs Petey to wind the key, and Ricky is subsequently killed by a swarm of wasps.
Yeah, they realize there's a wasp hive above the car.
Yeah.
And then he accidentally shoots the gun, which makes a hole in not only the window, but also the hive.
Yeah.
Leaving a perfect hole for a bunch of wasps to just fly through the car and directly into his mouth.
That was...
And now they've
crazy.
like basically turned his body into a hive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his face starts like coming apart.
Like parting out, melting and shit. And like I love that Bill's places like booby traps. You got an axe on the wall that swings.
Yeah.
And then he looks up and he sees if he hits a tripwire, 3 katanas will just drop.
Yeah. It's straight up like Home Alone.
It's Home Alone shit.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. And then whenever Petey, I think you're gonna get to it here in a second. When Hal, sorry.
Hal.
When Hal finally gets in to the place, Bill ends up fighting with the monkey and pissing it off.
Yeah.
And it just starts randomly killing a shit ton of people.
Bill, well, it's funny because like it kind of skipped over this. Like the kid goes in first.
Yeah, kid goes in first. Yeah.
And then Bill instructs him to start wind the key. Obviously, Bill is like unhinged.
Yeah.
And Petey is wise to that.
Yeah. Does not take an idiot.
Yeah.
To see the sociopathic crazy person in front of him.
Hal enters the house and Bill seeing his... You know what it really glanced over here?
What?
I'm sorry. No, it completely glanced over he has visitation of his son and the whole dynamic about him and his son. You know, the synopsis really glanced over all of that because it's actually it's funny and it's like the cute funny part of the movie. They have this like dynamic where the son is like, you're an idiot, like and he keeps freaking out about things, you know.
Yeah, he's like freaking out about stuff and he's like, yeah, cool, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Like, basically.
Hal enters the house and Bill, seeing his brother still unscathed, forces the monkey to drum without winding the key in a desperate attempt to kill Hal. And the monkey's not happy. In retaliation,
yeah, you see him. He forces its arm up.
Yeah,
and you see the monkey fighting with him
Yeah.
to put it back down, and then they end up getting like pushed away from each other, and the monkey starts drumming, and the drumming gets faster and faster and faster, and then finally stops, and then you just hear screaming and explosions, and
there's like a plane falls out of the
yeah,
sky.
it was saying there's out the window, a plane falls out of the sky and crashes, buildings are on fire, people are screaming and running.
People keep dropping
people
through
dropping
the
to the
roof.
ceiling. It was like obviously like some weird skydiving wedding shit,
Yeah,
because it's like a
yeah.
bride in a skydiving outfit,
Yeah.
and she falls to the roof and ends up hanging herself on the parachute, and the groom falls and hits the roof. Like,
Yeah.
it's just now indiscriminately killing a bunch of people because he pissed it off.
Yeah.
Because he tried to force it to do something he didn't want to do.
It triggers widespread death and destruction throughout the entire town.
Yeah.
And Bill finally gives up, and the twins reconcile.
They do. They reconcile a little bit and talk to each other, and he's like, and it's just like a really dumb reason, which made it even funnier when he's like, you know, you killed my mom. And he's like, yeah, I did, but like, she's also my mom. And he's like, I didn't think about it that way.
I didn't think about it.
And it was giving very Justice League,
Yeah.
the moment where Batman and Superman realized that both their mothers' names are Martha. Is a whole fucking thing.
Really?
That was a meme for fucking ever. It was really stupid because he's like, save Martha, and Superman's like, what did you say? It's really dumb.
I did like the so like when Bill was a kid, he would like give him his hand like this and then go, oh, you know, do that thing.
And he does it like twice.
And he does it twice to him while he's like
Okay,
bloody on the floor or whatever. It's really funny.
And then the rest, and then like what happens is that katana trap doesn't go off, or finally goes off.
Yeah.
And the rest of it falls into place, which ends up shooting a bowling ball out of a cannon, knocking Bill's head off and shoving it against the wall. And the bowling ball says Lois, which is their mom's name.
Yeah.
And Hal's like, well, shit. And his whole reaction is just like, well, fuck.
Bill finally gives up and the twins reconcile over their shared grief for their mother and apologize. Shortly afterwards, the monkey beats its drums one last time and Bill is suddenly decapitated by a bowling ball bearing Lois's name.
Yeah.
Driving through the now devastated town.
I love this. When they're just sitting there talking and it's like they're both just like, whatever. Yeah. As like some guy has a surfboard pierced through him and a pine tree.
Yeah.
This woman's yelling, like screaming while her carriage is on fire. Her baby's on fire.
She's like pushing her baby.
She's like, and her baby's like on fire in the carriage. And there's like a bunch of like car accidents happening. A tractor's on fire.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so stupid. Hal and Petey accept their fates as the monkey's owners and to prevent the key from ever being wound again. A pale black-eyed man riding a horse, implied to represent the pale horseman,
Death,
passes by and acknowledges them, which is
that moment is amazing.
Another surreal, like Lynchian moment.
It's like literally the pale rider, Death, walking past, but the way he looks at them is like, yeah, what happened?
He's all like,
he's basically like, what the fuck? What the
fuck's going on?
What happened here? And then I just love it because the very end is the school bus driving by and all the cheerleaders cheering because everybody's dying, and then a truck goes past and like hits all of them outside
decapitates all of them at once,
and that's the end of the
that's
movie.
the end of it.
But I just love, here comes the pale rider, Death, just like, what the fuck, guys?
At the end, before that happens, Hal is determined to reconnect with his son and suggests they go dancing because that's something his mother
would have done that.
Suggest.
Yeah, because they did that after the babysitter Annie's funeral. Yeah, they were like, let's go dance.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have been a good mother.
Yeah, totally.
Had she had the chance.
It was a really sweet. The scenes with her were really sweet, and that ending was really sweet. But then they ruin it with the decapitated cheerleaders, which was hilarious. It's not ruined. It's just ruined the moment.
So ridiculous, and this movie's. I'm glad, reading a part of the trivia, knowing that the original script was very serious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I low key. I kind of want to see the serious version of it.
Me too.
Just to see what they would have done with it.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm glad the actual version was this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
Which I can read that now. So, right here is Trivia Corner.
Trivia Corner.
Trivia Corner. Animation here, Trivia Corner.
Trivia Corner.
Trivia! So Osgood Perkins revealed his approach to the material, and I quote, I took liberties like a motherfucker. They, Atomic Monster, which was one of the production companies, a very good one,
Okay.
along with Neon, who's also very good, just like A24.
This was Neon, was it?
This was Neon.
Yeah, yeah.
And we talked about A24 in the last episode with Talk to Me. Neon and A24 are two of the best studios right now. But yeah, they, Atomic Monster, had a very serious script. Very serious. I felt it was too serious, and I told them, this doesn't work for me. The thing with this toy monkey is that the people around it all die in insane ways. So I thought, well, I'm an expert on that. Both my parents died in insane headline-making ways. Anthony Perkins and then his mother.
I don't know.
I can't remember how they died, though, to be honest.
Okay.
I'd have to look that up. And he's like, I spent a lot of my time recovering from tragedy, feeling quite bad. It all seemed inherently unfair. You personalize the grief, quote, why is this happening to me, unquote, but I'm older now, and you realize this shit happens to everyone. Everyone dies. Sometimes in their sleep, sometimes in truly insane ways, like I experienced, but everyone dies, and I thought maybe the best way to approach that insane notion is with a smile.
That's great.
It all makes sense. Like, that honestly is a very good reason to make it a campy movie instead of a very serious one.
Anthony Perkins died of AIDS complications.
Oh, he did, yeah, because
his home in Hollywood.
So Anthony Perkins did have him with a woman, but he was a gay man.
Yeah,
or he did come out as gay at some point. I actually didn't know he died of AIDS, though.
Yeah, he was keeping his illness secret for years.
No, I mean, when he was in movies, it was like late 50s, 60s, 70s, and like a lot of those people hid kind of who they were.
Yeah,
at that time. I mean, you read what like Rebel Without a Cause was supposed to be, and the amount of stuff they cut out of it, which was a lot of men on men kissing.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
James Dean and the other character. It was very like this movie was very gay. They cut a lot of that script. But yeah, it was like a lot of affection. But so I could see him hiding that. I don't know how his mom died though.
Oh, I'll look that up while you say the next.
So the monkey is heard playing a song as it's drumming. The song apparently is the song "I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside."
Oh, really?
There is a character referred to in the movie as Torrance, which is alluding to the Torrance family in The Shining. Take a shot. Okay,
Anthony Perkins' wife died. Or wife? She was on Flight 11 at the World Trade Center. She died.
Oh shit!
Jesus
what?
Christ. Anthony Perkins' wife Mary Vincent died on September 11th, 2001 in the World Trade Center attacks. She was a passenger on American Airlines Flight 11.
Holy fuck.
Which crashed into the tower.
Holy shit.
That's insane. I had no idea.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Your dad dies of AIDS with a secret illness that he hid, and your mom died in a plane crash of one of the biggest terrorist attacks in the United States. What the fuck?
That is insane. Huh.
Imagine dealing with that shit.
Yeah. Wow.
God. Dealing with that stuff with him, with his parents, kind of reminds me of, like, Carrie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds, and Billy Lord, where it's like she lost her grandmother and mother in 2 weeks from each other. Yeah. But that's insane. Yeah. That's insane. I had no idea that connected to that. That's crazy.
I was not expecting to read that. Okay.
Oh my god. There is a character referred to in the movie as Torrance, which is alluding to the Torrance family in The Shining. The hotel sign says "No food after midnight," which is a reference to the Gremlins, which came out in '84. Obviously, babysitter Annie's full name is Annie Wilkes, which is a reference to the book Misery and the film adaptation with Kathy Bates. This is one of many references to other King Workshop films, obviously.
Yeah. Cock-a-doodie.
Yeah. The short story it's based on, the monkey, is a part of the book Skeleton Crew, which is a bunch of his short stories.
Yeah, okay.
I really kind of want to read it now.
Yeah, no, I want to read it.
And then, of course, following tradition with all of his works, it's mainly set in Maine, where he's from. But yeah, I think those are the best ones, really.
We're just gonna read through this portion of the.
I'm gonna read through it.
The babysitter's funeral is revealed.
Annie Wilkes.
You already said that.
I know. At the end of the film, Bill has killed the bowling ball that Hal fantasized about killing him with as a child. Oh shit!
I didn't even catch that.
He holds it over his head and fantasizes about dropping it on his head. I didn't realize it was the same thing.
I didn't catch that.
That's insane.
Wow.
The only person on whom the monkey inflicts a natural death is Lois, who dies of a brain aneurysm. Every other victim dies in some sort of accident or otherwise violent manner.
Interesting.
So maybe it had more respect for her.
Maybe, yeah.
It could have, because it's the family.
It had some kind of code.
It had a weird connection with the family.
Yeah.
Weird connection with family.
Well, I guess that's it for trivia.
God. But yeah, I mean, all in all, very well made. Such good comedic timing. Theo James does a good job playing both of these just like insane brothers, because they're both insane in their own way.
Yeah.
He did a really good job, and like, it was just funny seeing him in this after seeing like season 2 of White Lotus, where he's playing like a douche.
Oh, okay.
And then he's playing like these two twins. So good. He's all technically like these twin brothers in this. He did a really good job. And Tatiana did a really good job as the mom. And the kids were good. I mean, the kids, like, you can tell they were like kind of given the unnatural speech treatment, where like nobody's talking like this.
No, yeah.
But it worked. And it was funny. Like, and I love that Sarah Levy has like maybe one line in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's quiet the entire time. And she's like on screen for so long, but she doesn't say shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I really liked this one. It is definitely up my alley.
It's very good.
Horror movies. Just the camp, the pure camp, the feeling is like you're watching like a updated version of Evil Dead, but still campy.
With Evil Dead, but Stephen King.
But Stephen King.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really loved it. I am. Let me think. I think I'm gonna give it. 5. Exploding people.
I was gonna say maybe.
I'm gonna say 4.5. I'm gonna change me. I changed my last one. I'm gonna change this one too.
Trying to copy me.
I'm gonna change it. Are you gonna say? 4.5?
I was gonna say 4.5 pounds of the drumstick.
Pounding that drumstick.
Pounding that drumstick. And we are talking about the ice cream.
Yeah.
Pound those down.
So we are in agreement. 4.5.
4.5. You know, it's just very well made, and it's a really fun movie, and they did a really good job of it. And I am excited to see more movies by Osgood Perkins.
Yeah.
Because Longlegs was good. This was good. And I know like people have said like kind of like okay things about his older movies, but you know, I feel like with Longlegs and stuff, he's finding his voice and style more. And I look forward to seeing more. It'd be nice if he teamed up with Stephen King on more stuff, because I feel like he could do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the main director right now that's doing a really good job with Stephen King stuff is Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Who did Dr. Sleep and Gerald's Game and is about to do the TV series adaptation of Carrie.
Well, I feel like...
and there's a new movie coming out that's not a Stephen King horror movie or horror book. It's a Stephen King like inspirational book. It's very like about like life and family and whatever.
Oh,
and Mike Flanagan's directing.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know if I could do it. It's very much like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and I don't know if I can do it.
I'm not into that.
But you know, I love Tom Hiddleston, so maybe. But like otherwise, like yeah, Mike Flanagan, I feel like handles
he can do
Stephen King stuff. Yeah, he handles Stephen King stuff very well.
Yeah.
And so does
he should do more of the ridiculous ones.
Oh yeah, and so does Andy Muschietti, who did the It movies, the newer ones.
Oh okay, yeah.
And he also has that prequel to those coming out on HBO soon. Welcome to Derry. Yeah. He handles the work pretty well too. I think they talked about one of them doing a remake of Pet Sematary at some point, and
leave it alone.
Oh no, it was Darren Aronofsky was going to do that remake of Cujo.
Oh yeah.
And I made the joke that like not only is he going to be going through rabies, but he's going to have an existential fucking crisis.
Yeah.
What is dog?
What is dog?
Rabies. Like, I don't know. Some of those they don't need to remake.
The dog's just like, how am I going to tell my wife?
How am I going to tell my wife?
It's just
this is a metaphor for God.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4.5 beats of that drum.
Yep.
Liked it a lot.
Yep.
But that concludes this episode
It does.
of Horror Legend. Please follow us on Instagram, Horror Legend Pod.
Like and
Subscribe
subscribe.
to our YouTube channel. Comment. Ask us questions. We would love to have questions to answer on the podcast, and we will. We need to start racking up questions, and we can start asking or answering them on different episodes and stuff. We'd love to do it, whether that's about horror movies, other movies we like, because we don't just like horror, or about us. If you want to know more about us, get really personal.
If you want to know less about
If you want to know less about us, just cover your screen.
Yeah.
Hit mute.
Yeah.
But yeah, until next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.